This is Alex Renault with Under the Water Design, and welcome into my shop. You see this right here? This has been a lifelong dream of mine. Well, okay, not a lifelong dream, a woodworking dream. To build a beautiful cabinet for all my favorite hand tools. Well, the cabinet's done. Now, we get to be creative, because what we need here is two doors that really describe the amazingness of this shop. Cabinet doors have a job, but sometimes they do it looking pretty boring. That just isn't going to cut it for this special hand tool cabinet. While thinking about what I wanted to do and how I wanted this to be a really cool expression of my creativity, I kicked around a handful of different ideas, ranging from 4 folding doors to even a door that would lift vertically, similar to a blanket or toy chest hinge. But at the end of the day, I just thought the look of 2 large doors would be perfect. Buckeye Burl is one of those amazing woods loaded with color and character. Rich golds, yellows, insane bird's eye, contrasted with quilted blacks and grays. Anytime I have a chance to do something unique with Buckeye, I am all in. This particular piece I've had in the shop for about a year. When it was being milled, the saw blade ran into a big void that was filled with dirt and most likely rock, and it kicked the blade off of its true course. The result of this is a piece that is 3 inches thick on one side and ½ an inch on the other. It's a bummer, but it makes for a perfect piece for this project. This piece of Buckeye had 2 natural burls, so splitting them into 2 unique pieces actually looked really good. Normally, you'd never want to try and replicate a live edge. I find it almost impossible to reproduce something that took nature years to make, and beautiful live edge is so noticeable that anything remotely man-made immediately draws your eye. To hide this small section that I had to cut, I'm going to shape the live edge away from the top, creating a slim and almost brittle looking top edge line that should blend in nicely once the epoxy is poured. For the cabinet doors, I'm making a traditional rail and style frame. These doors are 7/8 of an inch thick and required a little sampling to get laid out correctly. The panel is 3/8 thick, which also required adding a few shims to the cutter to get that groove just right. With the frame parts completed and dry fit on the cabinet, it was time to start preparing the panels and get them ready for glue up. The panels are sanded from 80 all the way through 1200. In other terms, that's 7 hours of sanding. Once the finish goes on though, the time spent sanding is rewarded with a silky smooth glass-like surface and amazing colors. If you've never worked with Buckeye before, it'll blow you away when you realize how much finish it drinks up. All of that open-pored burl, when you put finish on it, it just drinks and drinks. So you just keep adding it and eventually it fills itself up and you can wipe away any excess. Hanging these doors was so rewarding. Like I mentioned earlier, this has been a shop dream of mine. To create a space that is fully dedicated to my hand tools, my Sjobergs Scandi bench, my sharpening systems, and to just have this creative zone. It's funny how I can turn away from the mess of clamps, dust, glue bottles, and whatever else is on my main bench, walk 10 feet, and feel as if I've gone into a completely different world. I think every shop should have this. A space that is free from distraction and a little more intimate to the process of fine furniture making. I can't thank you enough for your support, and if you haven't subscribed, please take a moment and hit that button and follow along on my journey. I really appreciate it and hope to see you soon.